40 ways to make cash quickly, part 2. We're going to roll straight into number 21 on how to make cash quickly right now. Number 21. This isn't really my cup of tea, I must say. I have tried this, it wasn't for me, but for other people, they get very excited by it. Enter competitions. There's loads of different types of competitions you can have. Active competitions. Let me just find this now. So there's one here. I'm just looking. I found the website Save the Student. That's quite good, actually. You don't have to be a student. Again, guys, I know I say that, but you don't have to be. Just that they've got some really good offers on. So exclusive competitions on Instagram. Click on the green button below, follow us on Instagram and save posts so you don't miss out. So these are like little things that people do who are trying to promote their websites and promote their guides and stuff like that. So something well worth considering. Again, it's not really my cup of tea, but it is something that a lot of people will do. So basically, entering competitions is not my preferred way to make extra cash, but it is still a way to make extra cash. So it's my honor-bound duty, if you like, on the channel to give you that information and see what you want to do with it. So this is one of my favorites. I have personally not done this one, but I know somebody who has, and he had a great story to share about this. So what, sorry, I have to compose, it's too funny this one not to share it, but buying and selling domain names. You can buy domain names for 99p right the way up to 10 million pounds, depending on the domain name. So I was having a discussion recently with somebody who's not a colleague, but somebody who was in the same circle as me, and he bought Hooters.ca. Hooters.ca is Hooters Canada. And Hooters, the brand, which is not very popular in the UK, but it certainly was in the United States, they wanted to break into the Canadian market, so they ended up offering him a significant sum of money for something that he had a picture of owls on his website. He bought it specifically in case Hooters ever came into the US, allegedly, putting all these pictures of owls on his website for Hooters. Brilliant. And he got paid tens of thousands of Canadian dollars to sell his domain name. I love that story. And you can do that stuff too. You don't have to just buy in your home country. You can buy in all different countries in the world where they're not restricted. So that's just something to think about, buying domain names where you think, oh, you know what, maybe somebody could want that domain name in that country. So just something to think about. You can buy them from GoDaddy, Squarespace, 123Reg. You can buy them on, I think it's called, oh dear me, I can't remember now. But anyway, go on those websites because they often have deals where you can buy stuff for like 99p. Go and have a look. Brilliant. Moving on then, number 23, actually one of my favorites as well, mystery shopping. I used to be the victim of mystery shoppers when I used to work in a very popular pub chain, and they would send in mystery shoppers who would come in and they would want to know if we had Abbott Ale on draft. They would want to know if we had Ruddles, I think it was, on draft, pedigree on it. And they would always order the cheeseburger, and they would always order a latte and make sure you had the 2 sugars and the biscuit and stuff like that. And they would write a report, like, are the toilets clean? Is the bar clean? Is the front of the venue clean? So is it no cigarette butts, that sort of thing? And they would get paid to do that. And it was like 25 or 30 quid a time for a visit. They would write a report. And if they wrote a 5-star report, then we would all get a bonus, the people on the shift. And everybody, of course, wanted to get a bonus. So mystery shopping, that is something you can do for all kinds of different places, pubs, restaurants, retail parks, other businesses will pay to have phone calls made to test their sales teams. So mystery shopping is certainly one of the ones that I would consider. One of the different types, I guess, let me see. Where can I go? So ClickWorker, we've already talked about. iShop for Ipsos, that's another really good one. It's very time-consuming report and process, though, I must say. And if you use ClickWorker, you do get paid in euros via PayPal, so not in pounds or dollars. Market Force is another one. It's you have to like sort of buy the items as well, don't forget. So you have got to pay some money. They're not very good in terms of their customer service, though, so just something to be mindful of. Nielsen IQ can take a while to accumulate points and claim rewards, so it's a very time-consuming one. But then one of my favorites, Mystery Dining by HGEM. The reason why this is good, you get no payment for most of the jobs, but usually you get a big enough budget to pay for an entire meal and sometimes even your travel expenses. So you're basically eating out for free, guys. You're not getting paid to do the survey, but you're getting your meal and potentially your travel expenses free. So the pro, free meal. The con, it's a lot longer to write the report. So you're getting a free meal, but you do have to pay for it in terms of writing the reports. Red Wigwam is another one. It can be hard to get jobs in some areas unless you're really quick, because people snap them up so quick, but they are very well paid jobs. And Serve Legal is another one. You get paid between £4 and £40 per visit. You get free drinks and they reimburse you for your travel, which is always good. However, you only have 2 years to get involved in using Serve Legal, sadly. Grassroots, you get £5 to £10 per job plus freebies. There's very, very good, very clear instructions. I would probably recommend Grassroots first because it sort of gets you into that process. But they're only normally available in bigger cities across the UK, so Manchester, Leeds, London, Birmingham, Liverpool. You're not going to find them in, Aberystwyth because it's not big enough. So just something to be considering. And there's probably some others there, but I think I've given you like 7 or 8, so we're gonna leave it at that. So go and try those, guys. Stop! Before you go any further, if you're enjoying this content, remember to give us a subscribe, a like, a follow, or a share. Every single person that clicks on those buttons, it means the world to us because it helps us reach more people and get people educated in how to get wealth the lazy way. This one, number 24, a little bit exciting, this one. If you're starstruck and you like the movies, become an extra. All the time, they just want ordinary people in TV shows, in movies, to just sort of wander around in the background or be drinking coffee in the background, have no speaking part at all. But then you get paid for going to the gig, you get paid for your time, and you get free food as well. And you can do it all over the place and get to see loads of different places around the world if you're really into that. You normally get paid not much, between £60 and £100 a day. If you really want to be an extra, let me think, I'm sure there are some websites that we can get you to. Let's have a little look. Where should we recommend for you? While I'm looking for it, just remember, don't, you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. So sometimes you're going to have to take a few shots to your ego because you're too thin, you're too fat, you're too ugly, you got brown hair, we want blonde, you got blonde hair, we want green hair. You don't meet our demographic. If there's a talking piece, you don't have the accent that we're quite looking for. So there's all sorts of things that you need to be a little bit immune to. So here are some different agencies that you can register with. Universal Extras. So it's called Uni, like university, dash Versal Extras. So Uni-Versal Extras. So it's free if you're a full-time student to register. I know I keep talking about students, but it's a lot of people who are students want to make money, right? Otherwise, it starts from 25 quid and they take 18% plus VAT. So, if you're not a full-time student, they will charge you to join them, but if you're full-time, it's free. The Casting Collective, they take 20% commission plus VAT, but it's free to join. Mad Dog 2020 Casting, they do, I think it's an annual booking fee of around 70 quid in London, and it's about 40 quid outside of London. But again, you know, these things can find you quite a lot of work, so please give them a try and let us know in the comments below which ones you're using and which ones are working successfully for you. Number 25, we've already sort of talked about this with your old textbooks, but this one is about selling your old games and movies. I've got a DVD collection that is rather considerable. And my wife always says to me, when are we getting rid of all of this tat? She calls it tat. You know, it took me years to build up, and I've got like the Bond 007 DVD collection, the A-Team collection, I've got MASH collection, Knight Rider collection, I've got Battlestar Galactica, Star Trek, all of the different franchises of Star Trek on DVD. And my missus is like, but they're all on Netflix. Well, actually, Battlestar Galactica is not on Netflix, just as an FYI to my wife. But she's right, you know, Star Trek is actually on Netflix. However, what do we know happens on the likes of Netflix or Prime or Apple? They take stuff off, and then you can't watch it ever again. So I keep my trusted old DVD player nice and safe, you know, in case there's an apocalypse and for some reason there's still power that we can plug our DVD player into. And I've got my DVDs right there that I'm going to carry on my back, all 83,000 of them or something like that. I'm going to carry them all on my back in the middle of an apocalypse just to make sure we can get our entertainment with the telly, of course, as well. So sell your old games and movies. Music Magpie, eBay, Amazon, Pre-Loved, they will all take your DVDs off you. Some of them are actually quite rare as well. I learned when I was selling Battlestar Galactica Season 4.2. I think I sold it for £5, and then I went and had a look. This is when I was a bit more naive, and it went for like 40 quid. So there we are. So do your due diligence, do your homework, and see if you've got anything valuable. Here's one, number 26. And a lot of people say, oh, well, I couldn't do that. But tutoring people online, people want help with all kinds of different topics.